Hey guys, and welcome to today's episode on the Passive Buddies podcast. Today, as you can see, but this is going to be an audio, so I'm not going to. We have a great affiliate marketer who generates passive income all day long through his marketing efforts and obviously gets paid for promoting other people's products. He does have a couple of other passive income streams that we will dive into. But today, guys, we have Ben Poulter. Thank you for coming on, bud.
Not a problem, man. How's it going?
Yeah, well, I think we clearly know how that is because we've literally just spent the last hour talking instead of recording.
Time flies when you're having fun, eh?
Oh yeah, most definitely, mate. So at least we can. We should have recorded, obviously, as you said.
Yeah, half our conversation and stuff. But now we can take out the cuss words.
Yeah, to be fair. Oh yeah. Oh no, yeah, it's going on podcast. Yeah, I don't think I can swear. I said there was no.
Well, they limit it sometimes on podcasts. If you say it's explicit in it, you got to tick a box. So I always try not to. Just go beep instead of swearing.
I'll have to let me edit it now. So thank you for coming on board, mate. Obviously, I know I've interviewed you in the past for a different show with a different angle. So I appreciate coming on, mate. And I know you were an electrician in the past, obviously. Yep. What attracted you to coming online and making passive income online?
Right. Well, basically, as an electrician, you go out there, and I found that like every job I did was fantastic sort of thing. You do someone's kitchen or you rewire their house and you get paid. And that's it. You don't make any more money out of it. So what attracted me to online was the idea of evergreen content, like a YouTube channel or a podcast or even blogs. It's evergreen. Say you put a year's worth of effort into building a blog. Well, that's on there forever. Like you say, and it can generate a passive income the more and more people find it valuable. And then this is the thing, you can build it over time. You start at a penny and you can, it's sky's the limit at the end of the day. It depends how much you work into it, how much effort you put into it. So this is what really attracted me to the world of online rather than my 9-to-5 job previously.
And I think it's good that you've identified like there's a little bit of work up front. Like obviously, as I said on your podcast, like success is a debt paid up front. Like you have to put some work in. Now, when you look at the passive and active scale, like sometimes there's a bit of block up front, like block time up front to get what needs to be done. Sometimes there's touch points, whether it's daily, weekly, etc. Like, how did you get past the employer's mentality of put your time in and get paid, like that complete exchange? Like, whereas now it's put your time in and then get paid later.
Yeah, that is definitely a tough one. And the thing is, I didn't even realize I had that problem. When I first started online, I thought, yep, I'll be working away for a week and I'll get paid. Well, it doesn't work like that, because then a lot of people tell you that, well, a lot of people I've spoken to saying I tried it for a year, it didn't work. But you've done all that content for a year and you've sort of give up on it. You're wiping it away. And you shouldn't do that. You've got to understand that, like, say if I was an electrician, I worked hard for, well, I did it for 20 years. To say I earned 60 grand a year, and that's all I earned, 60 grand a year, 60 grand a year, 60 grand a year. If I wanted to earn any more money, I had to go and employ people. So that's more work, more stress. So this is why I didn't go down that avenue. But online, so the content you got out there, like maybe you do one YouTube video, or say you do 10 YouTube videos, you've got them on there, they're on there forever. So you continue to add that content to maybe your channel, and it gets bigger and better. And the great thing about that is that when people eventually come across and find you or discover you, or you recommend it to someone, maybe about, I did a video on passive buddies, something like that, and they can go and see it and they think, oh, I want to find out a bit more about this guy, and they can find out a little bit more about you before they even talk to you. So I've had people come across and basically tell me about my past and my history, like saying, oh yeah, when you used to be an electrician, I relate to that. When you did this, I thought, now where did I put that story? It's quite funny thinking people know you before you've even spoke to them.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like I had that the other day where it's someone come up to me and it was like, that post about being a dad, because I think my face was covered in paint or whatever. Like, the kids had completely abused me as usual. And they were like, oh, that post really hit home. It's like, I love how you get to spend time with your kids. And
real life.
Yeah, like it's crazy. Like I massively take that for granted. Like, because I am at home all the time. Like I've been so non-negotiable with my time. It's like, you can't get me these hours. But you realize, like, by telling those stories and by like letting people into your life, you're affecting other people. Who's like the guy who came out to me with his, like, he works nights Like he's like, so he's always tired in the morning.
Probably resonated with you a bit, thinking, well, I just want kids to be able to sit and draw on my face. It's a silly, stupid little thing, maybe.
Yeah.
But it's life. And like you say, you will remember that forever. And your kids will as well.
Yeah, definitely. Do you remember it every other day when they want to try it again?
Yeah. I want to make you look prettier this time, Dad.
Oh, yeah. I've got another photo that I need to upload. That's basically a similar scenario where I'm covered in something.
But it's funny because I remember when I was younger and you'd have a few drinks with your mates and fall asleep and they'd colour you in with a black marker pen. And then you get older and your kids do it to you. It's like constantly now. It's happening all the time.
Yeah, mate, you just can't seem to get away from it.
I know, yeah. Well, it's still fun, whatever age you are, colouring in someone's face.
So how did you, like, obviously, when people come up to you and are like, at what point did you know that your content was working to generate you passive income?
Well, it took, I'd say, around a year for me to realize that the content that I have, and speaking to people, and then they're telling me something they learned about myself on the podcast, maybe about my opinion of something. There's one called Teaching an Old Dog New Tricks, which is something that I talked about on the podcast, and someone resonated with that, and I spoke to them about it. I think, oh yeah, I spoke about that maybe a year ago. So then you sort of realize that content works, because then you speak to that person and then you tell him what you're doing now. And back then when I was earning this much, or I was doing this with this program, and then you tell them where you are now or how much you've learned. And I think because you're learning all the time, you don't necessarily understand how much you're learning and how much maybe your life's changing, because it changes slow, doesn't it? Things don't happen tomorrow or like just happen straight away. So you don't realize, but when you speak to people that were maybe in your position years ago, well, yeah, I work in a factory and I do this, and I think, flipping hell, I wouldn't, not being derogatory sort of thing to it, I wouldn't work in a factory for that much, mate, not a chance. I could walk the dog and earn more than that. Like, and people, the opportunities are out there for other people to do it, but it's like I say, it's not easy, but it is fun. I say it's not fun, but it is fun. If you do something that's fun, like jabbering away, look at me now, I can't shut up. This is why I podcast.
That's probably why we spoke for an hour before.
Exactly. Yeah, this is the thing. I like talking.
But as you something fun. As you say, like, obviously the passion that comes out, especially when me and you get together, like it shows like you don't have to hate how you earn your money. No. Like you really, really don't. Like sometimes, like some days it can be stressful if things aren't going the way it takes. But if you took, and something you mentioned beforehand, is you took the approach of like, this just isn't a side hustle. This will be a business. Mm-hmm. And setting up and running a business is completely different mentality wise to setting up and running a side hustle. The side hustle will give you a spike of income, maybe, but the business will save you for a lifetime. Yeah, definitely. That's another little thing I think I struggled with at first. So looking at, because obviously I started it off whilst I was still an electrician, and I just treated it as maybe, oh, look, I'll do a blog here or I'll do a podcast there, and treating it as a side hustle. You've got to turn it around to treat it as a business, and you're not there to sort of just show yourself. You've got to adapt in a way to marketing and find out what your audience want to hear. Because you could sit there and talk about, I don't know, I suppose I do talk about motorbikes quite a bit, but it's irrelevant. That's just part of my life. But then you've got to adapt it to how it would maybe help someone else in their life, and then what your business is aiming to be, what progress in the future. Yeah, that makes sense. And obviously, like as you say, like taking your passions, and obviously, so I can imagine. In terms of because of your passions and different things, you're able to attract and talk to similar people, obviously in trades who like motorbikes, or like they basically go to the motorbikes just to get a relief from their job, or like they come home every day to see Ben's walking the dog and like chilling out. He's got his feet up, and he's like, oh, I want a bit of that. Yeah. How do you find it? People are easily relating to you now? Yeah, definitely. Well, the thing is, a lot of the time, like a lot of my friends say that you don't do anything, Ben. You're always like maybe doing, because I put like things what I do, like I go out and I walk around a lake and I talked about mindset. And
my friends found it on YouTube and they ripped the mic. And this is what guys do. What do you talk about mindset for? But then they'll think about it later on and go, well, hang about, yeah, I relate to a little bit of that. And they will say, you do nothing, Ben. Like you sit at home and do nothing all day. So you can go and do motocross when you want. I said, well, I do things. I do things all day, but I can choose when I want. Say like if someone phoned me up now and said, oh, do you want to go out for the afternoon? I'm like, oh yeah, cool. I can pause what I'm doing. The thing is, well, online, you're open 24/7. But if someone needs something or needs to get to know you maybe a little bit, I want to find something out. There's so much like content you've got out there where they can like a storytelling or maybe Facebook groups or some sort of training on there, and they can ask you a question and they don't expect an answer straight away. This is what I like. You haven't got to be there 24/7 with your business. It sort of does run on auto, passive, like you say.
Yeah, it really helps. And do you know what, we were talking about this when we literally before, it was like how like our missus will sit there and go, you do sod oil, why isn't it? I was like, actually we do a little bit of work just because we go out and we like we chose our lifestyle specifically because we built our business around our lifestyle and not our lifestyle around our business.
Yeah, and this is the thing, sort of thing. When I suppose you think about it yourself though as well. Like when someone asks you, you didn't do nothing all day, and you say, I do a little bit of work, but really you think I do a lot of work. I've done this. I've done some training of myself. I've educated myself on something, and then put it into my own words for my audience to learn as well. So you have done quite a lot, but because you see it as you enjoy it, you maybe think, well, I haven't I much today. I always used to think that as well. I've got like a whiteboard behind me with 1,000 things that I want to get done. I've got ideas and stuff like that. So I basically write them down or tick them off as I go along. So I can turn around at the end of the day and go, right, this is what I've done today. So I can physically see what I've done, because all these tasks that you do, sometimes you think, well, I haven't really done much, because you enjoy doing them.
Yeah, take a picture and send it to your missus. See, I worked.
Yeah,
I've not put the dishes in.
This is my to-do list, and this was just today.
Yeah. So how did you, obviously, because we talk very open and honest that like passive income is a thing, but obviously active starts it off. At what point did you see a swing in the pendulum towards more passive than active?
Basically when I made $1. I always remember the first dollar I made, where it come from nowhere. And I was like, wait about. So someone's read something that a post or a blog that I've written, and $1 come along. And I thought, wait about this. This is good. Like I didn't know the person. I got this commission from a Stripe account. It's through the one funnel away. One of them, what was it? Traffic Secrets, I think someone bought from a blog that I read about. Oh, yeah. And then, so I've realized that you can't just go out there and do it like the podcast. I was doing that for a year before I realized you could monetize it. I didn't know you could do that. You don't know what you don't know, do you?
Yeah.
So I maybe watched a YouTube video, looked into that, and thought, yeah, well, you can. It's not exactly putting ads in the middle of your content. Maybe it was just at the beginning talking about Anchor and being on a podcast, and then it gradually goes up, and you think, hang on, this is good. So then on YouTube, I've got another YouTube channel where I put all the videos on where I go motocross with the lads, just so they can see them, because you can't send them over text or whatever, so it's too big a file. And then, last year I think it is, that got monetized as well. So then, and I make sort of like money from that YouTube channel. And the thing is, you can't turn it off. I suppose you could delete it all, but you can't stop it if you wanted to. So I think it's brilliant. That's what I really enjoy. Then you can see like these pennies, they make pounds make hundreds of dollars. But the thing is, it does get to you thinking like, what can I buy? Because in a way this was free. So if that bike costs this much, then this is what you got. I did that for the first couple of years sort of thing. I'd earn a good amount of money and think, right, I've earned this money, went out and spent it and took my time off to go wherever and do whatever I wanted because I had money. And then thinking it would run on auto. But I did, this is from the beginning. So this is why I needed to, didn't have as much content out there. I didn't have my podcasts weren't as popular. So it didn't run on auto. It didn't bring in more money, so I had to. I come back thinking I did it twice. To be honest, it was hard. Like to get my head around the thing. Hang about. So you've got to get your brand out there, get it built, and then it sort of runs on auto. And now it does run on auto. Sort of there, I could go away and still get an income, but it's sort of you want to do better and do more, don't you? Like this is the thing. And once you got a habit of doing podcasts and chatting away and doing videos, you enjoy it. So it is, like you say, it's part of your routine in a way, part of the habit.
Yeah, and you know what I mean? Like I remember when you're talking about obviously you've done a couple of blogs or whatever, and you got like that commission. Like I remember I've done a couple of YouTube videos, and I hadn't had time to do YouTube videos for about 3 weeks. And it's just got like a little ping at my emails. What's this? It's like you've got a commission from one of the softwares you promote. I was like, it was Right Sonic, one of the Right Sonic ones. Yeah. I was like, I've not posted a video in 3 weeks. I was like, but I made money. So what?
Yeah, this is the thing. It makes it a little penny drop, doesn't it, in your head, thinking, oh, this is good. This works, and this is what you want to do. And you think if you can make a penny, you can make a pound. It's how it progresses up. I think that's the best thing about it. It makes you realise that hang about this can be possible. This is the thing, and this 100%. Works for me. And for me as well, like, because you see all these other people that are maybe earning thousands and millions, but obviously they started somewhere where they earned $1 first. This is how it works. I haven't met a lot of people that said, yeah, my first commission was 100 grand. Well, yeah, you can't, even in a normal business, a sales business, if someone's selling maybe, I don't know, £1 million house, well, I suppose they do get 100 grand commissions, but you don't get that from your first house. You can't walk out there and say, I can advertise this £10 million mansion. You know nothing about it. You've got to be trained in that aspect, and you've got to start at the bottom.
Yeah, you've got to build up, haven't you? And it's having that like again, that discipline to be it's a long-term thing. Anyone who gets into business for short-term gains may as well just stop. Okay, because if you're thinking short-term, you'll never build. Like people build businesses, like if you take it offline and go offline, people build businesses to last a lifetime. Why should online be any different?
This is something I think I struggled with to start with as well. When I soon go online, I bought this course and I'll be a millionaire next week. And you got to think, well, it doesn't work like that. Hang about, how did I become an electrician? Well, I did a year where I was an electrician's mate, 4 years at college, and I didn't start my business till a couple of years, my own business till a couple of years after that. So that's 6 years. And I earned 60 grand a year. Hang about, you've got, and how much did I invest in tools, in training, in getting to and from college? Like, you've got to relate it to that in a way. I think you got to put the time and effort in. And in a lot of the time, you've got to put the investment of money in as well to gain it. Because in any world, any country, money makes money. It's how it works.
Yeah, and do you know what I mean? Like people who moan about, like if I like to invest in a course and stuff like that, I shouldn't have to invest. Like you should just give me the knowledge. I was like, hang on, who pays for school? Well, your taxes do. Who pays for uni? Well, you and student loans do. So, or even like mainstream.
It's a roundabout circle somewhere. You pay for it. It's how it works. It definitely.
You literally pay for it. So, like, why should online be any different? Just because we don't have the government schemes to back us. Because we're actually trying to teach you stuff that government will not. I was like, so of course I'm not going to back us. Like people have to pay for education. The teachers cost money.
This is how the world works. You pay for what you get, don't you? And you get a free. Like I've met people that have. I'm an electrician. How long have you been an electrician for? 6 months. So what did you get your flipping qualification off a Kellogg's cornflake box? Like, and then they did because they're rubbish. And you think, oh my God, you cannot work in someone's house with the knowledge you've got. You'll kill them. And this is what the people, a lot of people assume. Maybe they come online and they do this course for 6 months and they think, I'm going to be earning as much as Russell Brunson does. It doesn't work like that, mate. He's without a doubt, I can guarantee you, he's been through the trenches to get to where he is today. But he didn't give up. He went through the trenches. He did all the hard bits. All the challenges that he come up against, he got over them. And obviously, shot it out the park sort of thing. He's gone fantastic now and he's carried on with it. And this is what I think you've got to get that mentality in your head of any business is a business. You've got to learn how to do it. And it's the steps that you take to get there, basically.
Yeah. you're right, mate. Obviously, like for Russell's example, like Russell's been doing this what, like 20 years.
Yeah, man.
And like obviously he
still looks young, didn't he, Jammy Git?
Oh yeah, tell me about it. Like obviously he just looks like he's just so baby faced and he's so
jealous. Yeah, he says it as well himself, doesn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm quite lucky. Obviously, I know we're on video at the moment, so I actually look younger than normal, especially with the video. Usually people are like, oh, you look about 14. I'm only 30. It's horrible.
Yeah, I've had a hard life.
Do you know what I haven't?
No, but this is the thing that people say, like, I've had a hard life.
Kids are out though.
Yeah, well, kids take it out, without a doubt.
Oh yeah, they do, mate. Yeah. So that's your affiliate marketing side. And are you always going to have an affiliate marketing side?
I don't know. This is a question that's come to myself, sort of thing. Because affiliate marketing, I joined the High Ticket Affiliate Marketing Program to learn about it, to learn about how to affiliate marketing. The bonus side was that I could make commissions while I was learning, and I can make commissions. Well, if I've got something to recommend people to on the podcast or the YouTube video, I can say, look, do you want to learn a bit more about it? You can go here. And obviously that's an opportunity to earn money. Why is your podcast as well? It's not just the revenue you get from the podcast or the YouTube video. You get it from recommending, because if you didn't have the opportunity there, and people would ask you, they'd want to know, they'd want to find out more, because obviously what we're talking about now, Passive Buddies, obviously you've got to have a link to your Passive Buddies group in this podcast, because people will want to know, people want to find out more. If you don't give them that option, they'll ask for it. This is obvious. Yeah. So you've got to, this is why the obvious part with me was to learn a bit about sales and to learn a bit about affiliate marketing. But then I get asked a lot about, do you do your own course? Do you coach? I'm like, well, I don't. And it might be an option one day, but I haven't really escalated onto that at the moment, because of what my plan is. I want to stand on a stage. I want to talk to people. I'm a bit of a show off, I suppose. So I want to stand up there. I want to talk about like the opportunities of making money online, even passive. You watch one day, I'll come to your neck of the woods and say, hey, this is Brian Mills. Welcome onto the stage. Something like that, just to educate people in the fact that you ain't got to work a 9-to-5 job. You don't have to, like, I know it's a good idea to do your best you can whilst you're at school, but then like a lot of people, when they say, I got really bad grades from my GCSEs. So did I. But I'm all right. Like, this is the thing. You don't have to rely too much on them. Install a good work ethics in yourself, like maybe with school and with college. But don't, if you fail at college, it's not the end of the world. Like, there's a 12-year-old, I always say it, Jojo Bose. There's a young girl. She was 12. She made $12 million. Man, like, she was 12 years old. I don't think she'll ever have. She's built her brand. She had a YouTube video stuff, because my niece bought every single bow she bought out. And she's never going to have to like work in McDonald's, is she? And stuff like that. Well, you never know. Some people do burn through their money. But that's the opportunities that are out there. And there's so many young people, I think, doing this online. There was another little young lad in London. And he's done so well with NFTs. He made $400,000. What the hell? Like, you're a young lad. I wish I've not made that I think he made it in like 6 months while he did his project on NFTs. I've never done that in 6 months. $400,000. It's amazing. So just to open people's eyes to the opportunities online, but it will take hard. And to maybe like youngsters to do something now, like to just educate themselves, get stuck into something, stuck into NFTs, stuck into the YouTube channel, start something now. For when they're older, they're going to have more options. Even if they decide to become a hairdresser, because I'm an electrician, they might say, well, I've got this hobby that I do that makes me more than I'm an electrician. So just give people more options, because I know so many people that are in their 9-to-5 job and they hate it, but they're used to the income. Or I've got a mortgage on this house, or I've got these loans that my family are accustomed to this lifestyle. So there's no way that I could change my career. Well, I think online marketing is an opportunity for you to do it if you can just spare, maybe if you block off one day and just start educating yourself and thinking, the opportunities are there.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, isn't it? As you say, like now more than ever with crypto, with NFTs, with obviously affiliate marketing, with building a personal brand, like you can get paid off TikTok. They're now paying for reels on Instagram. They're now paying you up to 35 grand a month on Instagram for reels. Like, obviously, if you become a good creator, right?
Yeah.
YouTube, obviously, it's ridiculous. Like what you can do online.
I know. Well, the thing is, a lot of people think, well, I need to wait until I get monetized to get paid on YouTube. I need to wait until I get so many followers on Instagram. Not a chance. There's a guy in the village down the road from, not village, it's a town down the road from me. And I know his mum. And he said, oh yeah, my son's a Instagram influencer. Like, really? So have a look. I've never heard of the guy, but he's got a massive following from, I don't know what he even does. I think he just like wears Adidas trousers. But by the looks of him, he's a young lad, but he's got a massive following. So then he can monetize on that. So if I said to him, look, I'll give you $100, promote my podcast, he'd be like, nice, $100 to a young lad. Fantastic. Like, that's the way you can monetize. You don't have to monetize it with that platform. You can monetize it with being an influencer as well. There's so many options, I think.
Brand deal sponsorships, it's like, it's crazy, isn't it? It's like,
yeah,
you just have to put a little bit of work in it. You just have to like document, you just have to be real. And being real, especially in a world full of fakes, like it attracts so much attention just by being honest. And the opportunities are just crazy. Mm-hmm. What I do want to do is I want to touch on your crypto background, because obviously you aren't just an affiliate marketer. No. You do have crypto, which obviously is generating you passive income when it goes up. And to be fair, I think it's at a point now, I don't think it's ever going to go as down for you to lose it all.
I want it to be honest, because it's fantastic when it goes down, it's on sale.
So talk to me about your crypto journey, because it's been a while, hasn't it?
Well, if in 2017, but I think in 2010, actually, someone said to me, hey, Ben, about this Bitcoin and that. I dismissed it. Thought, whatever, man, because this guy had also invested in other investments that went sour. So I thought, I'm not listening to that, which I did. Because in 2017, I met up with one of my friends. He said, I'm starting mining Bitcoin. I said, mining Bitcoin? What the hell are you on about? And he's like, I need an air conditioning unit in my garage. I was like, right, okay. These flipping things, these $7,000 a piece, little miners, set it all up. So that got me interested. And obviously my girlfriend doesn't like me spending, but when you spend money on Bitcoin, it's very skeptical. People back in the day, even today, even like people think it's a scam, it's a con. So I thought, right, yeah, okay, I'll get this Coinbase wallet. I put $100 in it, and then it went up to maybe $200. So I thought, this is good. And I thought, $100 is not going to buy me merch. So I stuck 10 grand in it. I thought, right, 10 grand straight in, I'm going for it. That's it. And then this was in August 2017, I think. Well, this was the time where there was a massive boost. It boosted from £3,500 in the UK to $13,000, £13,000. I was in my element. Boom, yeah, great. It's going to the top, it's going to the top. It started coming down. Oh no. So I sold it. I thought, great, I'm out. Like, sold it, I've made this much, but I thought it gives you the bug. And you think, well, I did put that 10 grand in originally, so I put it back in. And then I put it back in. And this is what I keep doing. I'm not a trader. I don't go onto Binance and trade at all, but I just buy and sell. But in my opinion, what goes up must come down. So every time it's at an all-time high, I sell. Not all of it, because I'm scared that it will keep going up. So I do not bring it all out. So I sell it and then buy it back when it goes down. So I sell it and buy it back when it goes down. And yeah, it's worked out pretty well. Really well, to be honest. So yeah, this is this is with Bitcoin. Then obviously it escalates. So I also got involved in Ethergen, and then because I think it's like this bug, you get involved in crypto, but I wanted to think I thought I could make money every day with crypto. So, but the thing is, it doesn't go up and down every day. So you don't make a massive amount. Sometimes you can make £1, sometimes you can make $100. So then I started to go into Ethergen and all these other altcoins, which I've bought into them. And like there's Chainlink that made me quite a bit of money as well. There's so many different opportunities out there that you can buy 10,000 of them, 0.000 penny, and then you forget about it for a little while. And you go back to it maybe, well, I've got like a little alert thing on my phone that will tell me if it goes up so I don't miss it. So because it goes up, it's so volatile with crypto, it can go up and down in the same day. And this is what amazes me. Because if I could sit there on a Coinbase wallet all day, looking at it. I could buy and sell. I can make some good money, but it's boring. So I don't want to stand there and look at a chart every day. It's not my sort of forte. Like, I don't want to look at a crypto chart every day. So then this is what I've done with the crypto, is just I buy and sell it at times. I've got little alerts that will tell me when it goes up and down. And then obviously it escalated into NFTs as well, because on the blockchain there's NFTs. So on Christmas Eve, like this year even, I thought, oh, what am I going to get everyone for Christmas? Like NFTs. I don't want to leave the house because I hate shopping at Christmas. It's so busy.
It's horrible, isn't it?
It is jam-packed. And the thing is, with everything that went on a few years ago, the shops don't store half as much. Like sort of what do you call it, like variety. So when I did have a look on there, they're like, well, you haven't got anything. You've got to get it delivered anyway. So I thought, well, what am I going to get? So I bought everyone an NFT in the family. I thought, right, great. And I assumed, because I'm not someone who just goes on and buys them. I did my research for the morning, looked on there, and I thought, right, crap, I'm not going to be able to spend $20. I had to spend $250 on each NFT, getting 4 of them, which was $1,000, which was not bad because I took it out of Bitcoin and things like that, used it. But then I've wrapped them all up in a photo. It's out there, sort of. I've got some photos that I've wrapped them all up in, and I give them to the kids. What the hell is this? And the only one that understood was a 14-year-old boy. He said it's an NFT because he gets it, because it's a young lad sort of thing. He's interested in it. And they said, what are they worth? And I thought, well, they're only worth £250 sort of thing, but they could go up eventually. They might not. They might go up. And I said, we've got to make a deal now. If one goes up, you're going to share it. They were a bit dubious about that. What if mine goes up and hers don't? But then they said they'll all share it. But then we looked on the website, what the floor price has gone up, because I geeked out on it a little bit, so I know a little bit about it now. They're doubled in money by Christmas Eve. No, Boxing Day, sorry.
Nice.
I'm like, this is great. The thing is, I'll be honest, they haven't gone up any further from then. So I think that the Christmas push must have pushed them up. So I could sell them now for double what I bought them for. But I haven't told the kids that, because they'll definitely want to sell them.
Oh, yeah.
I want it to be an asset for the future.
Yeah, wait till next Christmas and it'll double again.
Well, exactly, yeah. This is the thing, because I don't know if yourself, like, have you got one of them boards in your house where, like, what are they called? Like a want board, something you aspire to have, like you put a nice car on there, or
like a vision board.
Vision board, sorry, that's it, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, young Tom, we've got a young lad, Tom, he's 14. He always puts things on there, like, I want this certain mountain bike, I want this computer. He's the only one that gets what he wants. For some reason, he does jobs around the house. He does jobs for his granddad. He collects his money. All of a sudden, he comes, I've got that £300 I needed. Oh, Tom, you are good. And he gets this bike that he wants. Or at the time, he needs to save up £500. But then he's on sale for £3. I'll get it now, because he's waited for so long. And then in the end, he didn't want to buy this made computer because he's into his gaming. So now he's bought all the components. It's just, it's gonna be something one day, that young lad.
Have you got vision boards around the house for the kids?
No, we just got one in the kitchen.
Just
we all put something on it.
Oh.
Mine are quite extravagant. I'm like, got a yacht on there, or because I like certain bikes, and we've got 2 houses on there. Because my girlfriend wants a one sort of house, and I like this other sort. I want a bit of a rundown. I want a bit of a yard, because I like my outside crap, and then we can have puppies. And I don't know what we want, but this is what we have different sort of styles of houses. But she says that all she wants is a big island in the kitchen. Okay, you can have that. It'll just be a barbecue. So yeah, we're negotiating on that. There is a few properties we've looked at and stuff, but I'm skeptical at the minute about the house prices in the UK. So we're just keeping our eye. Sort of thing. So yeah, it's
absolutely love that. I love the fact that you've got a vision board for everyone. It's like, do the girls ever put anything on?
Yeah, well, they put things on. They put silly things on, like Ollie Murs tickets, and they're not silly, I suppose. But they did get an Ollie Murs ticket, but his concert's been put off. And then Justin Bieber ones, and my oldest daughter Abby, yeah, she'll put a car on, and she'll think, well, I got that car. Like, say she gets a Volkswagen Golf. I got that car, so if I put this one on, I bet I'll get this one as well. So she has to go for an Audi A1, a brand new one. Well, like, hang about up, like you got to think now. Like you fair play to them though. They aim high. Like they're my kids. They bloody do. They aim very high. It's because Tom, I think, gets what he wants, but he doesn't put it out of reach too much. It's acquirable what he wants, and he knows what he's aiming for. He hasn't got a license. It's only 14. The girls now, they're getting into cars, and Abby wants these trainers. 350 quid she spent on them. It was her first wage check. I thought, oh well, it's your money. Because Dad, do you reckon I should? I said, it's up to you. It's your money. But you've got to learn these lessons, haven't you? When you're younger, how much do you spend money on crazy things?
350 quid on trainers. It's ridiculous.
I can't remember the brand of them they were, but
probably some stupid name as well.
She's trying to sell them on eBay now.
Offer 250.
No, someone's offered her 100 quid. But I said, nah, man, just wear them. Like, then they'll get dirty. I'm like, flipping hell. What do you expect your trainers are going to get?
They'll get dirty. What should we do? Fly in them.
The girls, they try to walk where they don't bend their toes. I'm like, you cannot do that because they don't want creases. It winds me up. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna bend your shoes in half. Because I don't know, they've got this impression of all these people, I suppose, over the world that they watch, and they want to be like them, and they want to follow them, and like
work. They do exactly what we do. Like, we build a personal brand. They sell like exactly. If you want to be
this is what I try and like install into them. Like, look what they're doing, and work with it. Like, do the same maybe, like as well. And then I've got some friends that are doing it, but because I think that it's frowned upon maybe, or they take their little mick out of them a little bit, going, oh, she's trying to sell eyelashes, or she's trying to sell this. Yeah, but she's trying. What are you doing? Like, you're doing nothing, mate. She'll start somewhere, and in 10 years' time, while you're still working in that cake shop, she'll be doing something else. Like, she'll own the cake shop that you're working in.
And it's hard, isn't it? Because I remember when I started, I used to play footy. So like a similar situation like when you went to motocross, it's like, I go to footy. Oh, here's the high ticket clothes. What are you going to sell me onto that? And you just get the mick taken out of you, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it's how it works.
And
you just got to own it, haven't you? Like, yeah. So
when you're not used to it, because it's weird to start with, and you're like wow, okay, I'm trying to better myself. Yeah, it's like I'm trying to better myself, and I'm getting the mick taken out of me. It's like, and actually, it put me on hold. It stopped me pushing out content. Like
it does a little bit. It does, yeah.
It affects you. So once you realize, like, and do you know how many of those people I speak to now in that football team?
Not one. Yeah, this is the thing. Because some people do that. Like the people that don't want you to advance in life, they'll drag you down to their level because that's where they're comfortable. Yeah, you can't do this. That's rubbish. But hang about half the people all over the world that are subscribe to me think it's good. So what do you think I'm going to listen to? You that I've known all my life that want to drag me down and sit in the pub all weekend, or you that this guy's going, that's cool, mate. Tell me more. Yeah, like this is the thing. And you meet, you're putting yourself out there. Like I did a post about a little while ago about the little village I grew up in, and I went traveling. And when I come back, the same routine. I did fall into the same routine. And I think traveling around the world, sort of thing, it opens your mind up to different cultures. That's one of the best things I've ever done. I think traveling around the world and meeting people all over. Yeah,
it does. Like go back to the negativity that you can get, like obviously doing this journey. Like you have to remember, obviously, like the people who are, you never get criticized by people above you. It's always people mindset and positioning below you that will criticize. Yeah. So it's a case of like, well, you're above them anyway. Like you're going to progress. They're not. Like trying to take it with a pinch of salt. It's hard, but it's definitely something that
it is sometimes because I think maybe I was like it because I'm 40 years old now, and when I first started out, I was 35. Stuck in your ways because you've been molded like that, haven't you, from a young age? Like my dad was like, I respect my dad like mad, but there's no freaking way he would do a YouTube channel or a TikTok or write something out. He didn't like writing. He's not interested. He wouldn't talk to someone over in the other side of the world. He was a nightmare. He didn't like foreign people. But this is the thing. Times are changing.
Yeah, most definitely. Like, actually, I sat and watched. Like, my dad's built a £1 million business, like offline. And I've sat there and I've watched like his journey. Like I think he started in 2013, and like the stress and the way like he's ran it, and like he's put himself into the ground more times than I can care to count. And it's like you learn, you go, I love you, obviously great respect for what you've built, but I'm not doing it that way.
Times are changing, sort of thing. I think there's a lot more opportunities, and that's the thing. Like I remember saying to my dad, like Dad, your brother, he's going over to us. We've got an auntie in Australia. I said, do you want to go over and see your auntie in Australia? Like I said, I'll give you a ticket. Like go over there, stay for a couple of days. But now it's too hot. Quite interesting. He'd rather stay in the UK. Like, nah, I want to go there for it. Speak funny.
No, definitely not.
Proper old school. Like that. It's a funny thing is it's good to think about it, isn't it? Like how things are evolved, like maybe what your granddad did. And well, but to be honest with you, when I was 20, it wasn't as renowned, this online career, like and stuff like that. No, eBay was just coming out, maybe.
What the hell, yeah. Did you say
show my age now, mate?
Maybe. I was like, I always remember eBay growing up.
Yeah, I'm a bit older than you, mate.
Yeah, it's about what, 10 years?
Probably. How old are you?
30.
Yeah, 10 years, exactly.
So yeah, I remember eBay growing up, but as you say, this online world, like it's massively escalated, hasn't it, in the past few years?
It definitely, yeah, because the amount of opportunities though as well, like with crypto, even with trading. Like the thing is, with everything online, like they say, oh, crypto's a scam, trading forex is a scam. It's not, because there is so many people that have success, and the thing is, there is so many people that lie about the success of it as well, maybe. But if anything's so popular, there's going to be fakes. How many pairs of fake Bradford rain glasses have you bought on a beach in Tenerife? Like loads.
How many fake night trainers you see? Fake football shirts? Like
exactly.
Of course, like people try to capitalize on the success of others, so they can make money by trying to cheat, and it doesn't work.
No, this is why it's so popular, and I think it's growing over time as more and more as well, because the online space for affiliate marketing, for marketers basically, is growing, because like when that thing happened last year with COVID and stuff, it all got shut down. Like, you got to shut your business. We got told to shut our business, told to shut your restaurant, or you can't go out and work in people's houses. You're like, flipping out. So what they do? They turn to Uber Eats. How did Uber Eats get on? You can't just go on to, I don't ring them up and say, can you Uber Eats my delivery? You have to get on a website. You have to get promoted. You had to do marketing. This is why the marketing industry is freaking boomed, because everyone's thinking, hang about, I had a taste of that online marketing, like with my restaurant, and it did really well. So I probably just won't open to the public anymore. I haven't got to deal with them. I'm just going to sell online. And then so many people have went to Amazon FBA, and what they do, they've built their brand and they sell quality products online.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Especially over the last couple of years, what has now developed, and the surge, like in terms of what can be done. What I do like about COVID is it's opened people's eyes to my 9 to 5 wasn't that secure, and they're like, oh crap.
Because the other way goes around. A lot of people they said, oh, you can work from home now, and like, hang about, this guy's working really well. He's doing 2 people's work. We'll sack the other one. So they're downsizing their team, because they're getting rid of. This happened a lot in New York. There's a lot of real estate for sale in New York, because people have thought, well, they can work from home. We don't need an office. So they've sent them all home, and then because they work so more efficient at home, they've downsized the team. So then the people that are like, well, hang about, I thought I was a valued member of this team. You're like, yeah, but you're not needed. See you later. And this is what happens in any business. This is how it works, and I've experienced it myself.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? You're definitely not secure in a 9 to 5 as what people will.
No, this is what the whole opportunity to building something yourself for your own business is a massive advantage.
You're right, mate. It massively is, because as you say, like, if you can't, and this is probably my control. If you can't control your income, your life, then you're in trouble, because you're in the hands of other people, and I hate that.
This is the thing, yeah. You're in control of what you earn, sort of thing, and obviously, when you create things online as well, it's like you say, it's evergreen. Like with the YouTube as a fan, and it becomes passive. Yeah. So you can take a holiday off. Like a lot of people say, when you work for yourself or self-employed, you don't get holiday pay. I like holiday pay. Oh my God, you hold on to that holiday pay so much. I used to hate it when people, I mean, self-employed, I have my own business, electrician. People say, yeah, but I'm employed. I get paid when I go on holiday. I get paid twice as much as you when you're working. What are you on about? Like you got, it's hard to change someone's mind if that's how they're set in nature.
That's because obviously, literally, I think we covered this on yours as well. Like from 3-4 years old, when you hit nursery, especially in this country, that is what you're trained for. You are trained, you are conditioned to be an employee. And obviously, for people to eventually break out, it takes a lot and it's hard. And some people some people can't get their heads around it.
Yeah, you can't. There's a lot of people can't. Definitely, a lot of people I speak to by saying, "Yeah, but you do nothing." You're like, well, no, I don't do nothing. This works like this, and I don't know. I think I get too much detail because I don't. When I speak to someone, I don't understand what they don't know, so I assume that they know as much as me. So I just talk to them like, well, yourself sort of thing. I could talk to you about everything because you do know more than me, maybe, and stuff like that. And it's good because they understand you. But when they get bamboozled a bit, like I ain't doing that. That sounds too much hard work. But
yeah, the overwhelm can be a bit scary.
Yeah,
scary for a lot of people.
Mm.
No, I get that. So we are coming to the end of the episode, mate. So in terms of if people like, because you've got a lot going on, you've got a YouTube channel, you've got a podcast, like you've got a Facebook group, like you're absolutely crushing it.
Well, the thing is, you say a lot going on, but with
very little.
I get an idea of a YouTube, maybe a podcast, and obviously film it on Zoom as well by chatting to people, and then turn that content that I maybe talked about or was on there into a blog, and then snippets go into the group. So with one bit of content, you can bloody get it everywhere. So I suppose, yeah, it's busy, but I don't feel like I am that busy, to be honest. I chill out quite often. And I'm a bit laid back.
I think obviously, yeah, like because of the systems that you've put in place, because you've learned how to repurpose content, make it applicable for the right platform. Because obviously people in different platforms consume differently. And people need to understand that you can't just literally like take this podcast, obviously this episode, obviously it's recorded video as well, but you couldn't put that on IG live and expect it just to like boom, like because it's a different type of content, isn't like, you definitely couldn't put it on TikTok. It's too long.
Well, no, yeah, and it gets too small and stuff, so you got to repurpose it with Canva.
yeah,
that's what the old boy does. Yeah, he does. I used to hate doing that. So now someone else does that.
So you built a team.
The bonus thing, the things that take you time that you're rubbish at, you find someone that's so much better, and they do a 10 times better job.
Yeah, it's good, to be fair. Yeah, like obviously once this episode finishes, this is going to go over to my tech guy. My tech guy's going to edit it for me.
Right, can you put a bit of hair on my head? Right, just give me a shave.
Put your beard on top.
Yeah, that'll be perfect.
Love it, mate. So, like, if anyone wants to know more about you, obviously, how you operate, what you do, etc., where would be the best place to find them or find you?
The best place would be to go to my Facebook profile, because from there you can maybe access inside my group, or you can listen to my podcast. If you want to hear me jabber some more, that would be the best place to go. I jabber a lot onto the podcast, the Break Your Chains from 9 to 5 podcast. There's so much on there, sort of thing. There's me talking on my own, and there's interviews as well. So that'd be the best place to get to know me a little bit, maybe from my Facebook profile.
Sound okay. So in the show notes, guys, we'll put the link to Ben's profile, and we'll put the link to. May as well just put his link to his podcast and his Facebook group as well. Okay, Ben, thank you so much. Did you like Ben or Benjamin? Like, because you always like. What do you prefer?
Ben, really? I think my mum. I think Ben. I don't know why I changed it to Benjamin online, because it sounded better, I suppose. Everyone, there were so many Bens. But yeah, Ben's. Everyone calls me Ben, or my mum would say Benji. Or a lot of girls around here call me Benji.
Oh, like
some guys call me Benji as well. Yeah, I think it's trying to be a bit intimidating to me, and that I get called it a lot at motocross. Benji, here comes Benji. What are you about? Benji's a dog's name to me. I'll answer to anything, to be honest.
Love it, mate. Thank you so much for coming on today. Obviously, as usual, mate, we've spent a lot of time together and we've loved every minute. So thank you so much.
Cool.
Hey guys, obviously, thank you for listening to the episode if you've caught this much. And I will see you on the next episode.